See, leadership isn't like KL traffic. You can't just honk louder and expect people to move faster. Sometimes you will need to stop, breathe, and maybe switch lanes together. And that's what actually Jim Collins meant in his book, Good to Great. See, he found that the world's greatest leaders weren't the loudest ones who's trying to push everyone forward, okay? The good leaders, they were calm, grounded ones who guided others with clarity and purpose. And as Tan Sri Dr. Palin reminded us, real leadership isn't about titles or authority. It is about influence that lasts. It is about knowing to lead from the front and to know when to step aside and when to let your team drive the vehicle. If this message is already speaking to you, please tap that like button, okay, so that more people can actually hear this video. And also, please hit that plus sign below my profile picture so you don't end up missing out the part 2. Now, let's start climbing the leadership ladder, all right? So, the first level of leadership is about highly capable individuals. This is where it all begins, okay? You're skilled, you're productive, you're reliable, and people do notice your results. But at this stage, it is still about you. You're a solo performer, not yet a part of the orchestra or a team player. It is important, yes, but this level only proves that you can only move alone and not as a team. The second level is contributing team member, all right? This is where you shift from being all about myself and becoming we, all right? So you start collaborating, supporting, and lifting others. You realize that the leadership isn't about competition, it's about connection. But there is a limit here too. Until your team can actually perform confidently without you conducting every move, you're still holding the baton too tightly. Next level, third level, yeah? The competent manager. At this stage, you begin to manage people and systems. You set goals, track progress, and run the show. You feel in control. And that control feels good. But this is also where many people stop climbing. All right? So they start to confuse authority with leadership. Real leaders don't lead through power. They lead through purpose. Then comes level 4, the effective leader. Okay, this is where the real transformation begins. You inspire, empower, and multiply leaders beneath you. All right? Your team performs not because they have to, but because they want to. Your success is no longer measured by how much you control your team or how much control you've been maintaining, but it is by how many people you help to grow. You become the kind of leader whose presence builds confidence and whose absence still drives performance. But beyond this level lies something entirely different, something deeper, something most never reach. It is not about skills or status or even visibility. It is quieter, it's rarer, and it changes everything. That's level 5, the level that almost no one reaches. I'll see you in part 2, where we will talk about the kind of leadership that turns good into great and leaders into legends.